It's harvest season in America where folks reap the fruits of their labor. This is also the season where automakers share their bounty by introducing all sorts of fresh products. Now, the folks at Honda have been hard at work on a brand new Civic that has the potential to sell by the bushel basket. Let's check it out. It may be a small car, but it is a very big deal. This nameplate has been sold in the U.S. for more than 4 decades, with American buyers snapping up some 10 million of them since old Tricky Dick Nixon was president. Now, globally, it is Honda's best-selling model, so the stakes with this all-new, totally redesigned, completely overhauled 10th generation Civic are higher than the autumn moon. And one area that may finally eclipse rival small cars is design, because if you remember, its predecessor really didn't have any. The outgoing Civic had these crazy exterior proportions, a weird interior, and overall it looked more like something you might cook a frozen pizza in than actually drive. But looky here, the 2016 model has some unexpected style with an arching roofline, short rear end, and muscular fenders. Is that a bit of Mazda 3 I see? Now, there are worse designs to borrow from. All that visual panache hides increased dimensions. This car is nearly 2 inches wider and has a 1.2-inch longer wheelbase than today's Civic sedan. It's also almost 3 inches longer. Now, thanks to these changes, the company claims it has the largest cabin in the compact segment. Despite the injection of growth hormones, it hasn't gained any weight. In fact, the overall structure is lighter, thanks in part to the increased use of ultra-high-strength steel, something that also helped increase torsional rigidity by 25%. Now, depending on model, overall weight is down between 50 and 100 pounds. Anyway, now for a few technical details. Ahead of the firewall, LX and EX models are powered by a 2-liter VTEC 4-cylinder engine. It puts out a class-competitive 158 horsepower along with 138 pound-feet of torque. Now, basically, pretty much all the Civics are offered with a continuously variable automatic transmission, though if you do opt for the entry-level LX version of the car, you can get a 6-speed stick, which is pretty cool. Now, up-level EXT and EXL trims both feature a 1.5-liter turbocharged banger with direct injection, and you'd better get excited about this power plant because it is the most muscular non-SI Civic that has ever been offered in America. And if you're curious, it puts out 174 ponies with 162 pound-feet of torque. So right now I'm piloting an entry-level LX Civic, equipped of course with the CVT automatic, and I've got to say this drivetrain is class competitive. The car pulls really well, the transmission makes the most of what the engine has to offer. Of course, the power plant is very well isolated. Not much vibration makes its way into the cabin, which is always a nice thing. Plus, the engine sounds pretty good, which is typical of Honda. After all, they are the Honda Motor Company, right? Stopping for a moment to check out the interior, 2 things are immediately obvious compared to the outgoing Civic. And the first is that the materials in here are of way higher quality. The soft plastic looks really nice. The trim is beautiful. Even the hard stuff is attractively grained. And then the overall design is much more mature. If you remember, the 2015 Civic has this sort of wonky 2-tier dashboard. It just looks like a spaceship or something. No, thank you. This, however, 2016 model looks like a car an adult would actually drive. Now, as for the back seat, thanks to the wheelbase stretch and this being a wider car, you do get more legroom, and I actually fit back there quite comfortably. In keeping with the harvest time theme of this review, there's a veritable cornucopia of technology in here. Get it? Cornucopia. Anyway, you've got a 7-inch display screen, and there you can have access to both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And what, of course, those allow you to do is search the interwebs, make phone calls, answer text messages, all while driving, and you can do it safely as well. Now, for all of us Windows Phone users out there, it's also rumored that Microsoft is developing an exciting new technology. Their DOS for Dashboard system promises to bring command line convenience to your center stack, and I cannot wait. Aside from all of that, the 2016 Civic also features lots of standard equipment, things like automatic climate control, an electric parking brake, auto up and down power windows, and a lot more. You can also get 3 different interior colors. There's black, ivory, and gray, which are available in both cloth and leather. As for options, the car can be dressed up with snazzy LED lighting for the headlamps, DRLs, and taillights. You can also get Honda Sensing, the company's suite of advanced driver assistance technology, which offers things like road departure mitigation and adaptive cruise control. With sharp design, a more mature and premium interior, plus stellar fuel economy, it's safe to say the 2016 Civic is the best one ever. Now, it's slated to start arriving at dealerships in November, and it should carry a base price of right around 19 grand and change, including destination and delivery fees. And Honda is going to sell hundreds of thousands of these every year, and that's not even including the coupe, hatchback, SI, and Type R variants that aren't even available yet. I think the new Civic here is going to be a home run for the company, but that's pretty obvious. Perhaps what's more important, though, is that this is the first small Honda in a very long time that's actually worth getting excited about.